If you're on a strict diet, this dessert is probably not for you. It's packed with more sugar and butter than you probably could handle. This dessert is called Sheqerpare, and it's a Balkan traditional dessert mostly popular in Albania. The word, I believe, is derived from Turkish, which translates to a piece of sugar. You're going to start by melting 8 sticks of butter, and you're going to melt it until you get a golden brown color. Set this aside, and you're going to use as much flour as needed. I did not measure it, but I did measure the pan was about around 14 inches. You're going to use enough flour until like 2 fingers from the flour to the top of the pan. Then you're going to transfer it to a larger pan because you're going to mix this and you need a little bit more room. You're going to use 8 eggs. I used 6 yolks and 2 full eggs. You're going to incorporate all of the eggs into the flour like I'm showing you in the video. And you're just going to keep mixing, and it's going to get like a sandy-ish type of texture, as you're going to see in the video, just like right here. Then you're just going to add some sugar. I didn't measure it, but just a handful of sugar. Now you're going to add your butter to it, and you're going to keep mixing until all the flour is wet and coated. And it should be very similar to something like a Play-Doh type of feel to it. Once you have the texture desired, you're going to form into balls, and you're going to add some walnuts inside of each. And you're going to fold it in and make sure you pat it well and make nice round balls, and you're going to transfer back to your small pan and just try to push them down. They don't have to necessarily touch each other, but if they do, that's fine. But when they do bake, they will touch each other. Bake at 500 until golden brown like this. Then you're gonna bake for 2 hours at around 250. Half hour before your sheqerpare is ready, you're going to make your simple sugar. I used a 2:1 ratio. I used 4 cups of sugar and 2 cups of water. I didn't really measure. I used a coffee cup to measure the sugar and the water. Once your sheqerpare is ready, you're going to add your simple sugar to it. You're not going to add all of it at once. You're going to add it slowly until it basically soaks it in. Once it soaks it in, you're going to add more to it. So the process does take a while. This is why it's called the piece of sugar, because it has a lot of sugar and butter in it. This is how the final product looks like. If you were to eat it right after, it is a little bit soft, so you do want to freeze it, they say overnight, or at least a few hours. The texture will be a lot harder. And this is just a recipe my mom shared with me that she has made for years and years. Usually you do make this during Eid or weddings or special events.